Sorry about that. Uh, Third Kazekage, with the appropriate deck, I really like him. He is, if it's a puppet deck, I would really give him for a spin. Give him for a spin a couple of times. My only problem is, um, you really need to have you really, gosh, his effect is only good if you run the appropriate ninja effects that can swap him from a team. Like, say, I'm going to go retro on you guys. Sprinting in the mist, running in the mist, or radio even. Send him from one team to a different team that is being sent out to battle. That means that the team he just battled against will get a -2/-2 coin on every ninja. He is a great card. If you have a Shizune, he is a great chump blocker. You block with him, get him in injured status, use Shizune, heal him, get ready to chump block again, but that time all their ninjas have -2/-2 coins. Other than the fact that he requires Sasori out in play, and because Sasori himself has to be kind of sort of good, I gotta give him a 3 in the meantime. He's good. He's great at what he does. He's flexible in what he does as well. He can get it done, and he can be really annoying. He's like, oh, you battled against me, ha ha, run away now. You get -2/-2 coins at the end of the turn. That's how it works. So third Kazekage, it's a 3 out of 5. Puppets/Sasori decks can really give him a go, and it's going to be really good, I think. His jutsus, if you really feel like you can, I would personally throw in one or two of the third Kazekage's jutsus in. I would give him for a spin. Try his jutsus out too, cause I mean, heck, when I ran Tsunade Katsu, I ran into acid slimes, and they worked out just perfectly. So, nothing saying that the third Kazekage's jutsus can do any better, or any worse for that matter. I think they can do just as good. Next up, alphabetically. It's not an alphabetical list, just so you know. Fellow in Loneliness. Three words to describe this card. Most underrated super. For this set, at least. Fellow in Loneliness, guys. Don't know how you guys could say it's bad. That mission is going to change the game so much. It'll change the table. It'll turn the tables, change the tide in a heartbeat. I believe it was a turn 4, if not turn 3, but I'm going off of the fact that it's a turn 4. For 3 turns, at the end of both players' turns, you give 1 damage to every ninja in a team of 2 or less. Pain is the only word I can think of that. Is the only word I can think of when I think of that mission. Because if you play it on turn 4, granted you can have about 3 ninjas, you can have at least 3 ninjas out by then. Hopefully you'll only have 3 and in only 1 team. The user of the mission will play it, okay? You've got 3 turns. So at the end of his turn, all ninjas in the village that are in a team of 2 or less, they're going to get 1 damage at the turn. So if your opponent does not have a team of 3 ninjas, or has like teams of 2 or less, they're going to get 1 damage. All of them. At the end of the turn. Chump blockers are going to go away. Healthy ninjas are going to go in injured status. Teams of 2 ninjas are going to go in injured status. And if not discarded, guys, Fellow in Loneliness is like a freaking disaster of 9-tailed fox. For 3 turns. That effect is going to go off 5 times in its lifetime. So, quite frankly, those of you who have to go against Fellow in Loneliness, you better have that Anko or that Sandayu or that big brother out to get that mission out of the way. Because Fellow in Loneliness will eat your face. It will ruin your tempo, to say the least. Say you even have a team of 3 ninjas out already, okay? And your opponent played Fellow in Loneliness, so your ninjas are safe. Your team of 3 ninjas are safe. But then, if you deploy a ninja from your hand, you're going to have to debate which one is going to take the hit. Granted, early in the game that won't be so hard to do, but late game down the road, that's going to be a problem. Rush decks that is actually a fair rush deck card to use. Okay? It is perfectly fair to say that Fellow in Loneliness can prevent people from deploying ninjas. Especially for you people with rush decks. You people with rush decks, you better watch out for Fellow in Loneliness when this card comes into your Kage. Because that'll wreck you. You think separating your teams into 1 ninjas? Fellow in Loneliness, they're all going to get 1 damage at the end of the turn, to say the least. Now you gotta organize all those crappy ninjas into a team of 3, spread out the teams, and friggin' rush power from then on. The thing is, Fellow in Loneliness has a lot of it's not so much that it has potential, it has the power. This is the best super in this set. Better than Tailed Beast form, better than him. It is better than Tailed Beast form. I see, mark my words, Fellow in Loneliness, when used the correct way, is going to wreck people. It is going to wreck people unless they have that mission negation in their hand. So, really guys, it is just as bad as seeing a Freedori Sasuke in play and knowing your opponent has Chidori in their hand and they have also enough chakra for another Chidori, okay? It is that intimidating. It is intimidating to the point where your heart's going to be beating pretty darn fast when you see this. It is that messed up. So, frankly, Fellow in Loneliness, said it once, I'll say it again. Fellow in Loneliness is the best super in this set. It is better than Sasuke. It is better than Tailed Beast form. It is better than freaking Neji. Better than the Sasori Best toy. It is better than all of the supers in this game. In this set, excuse me. In this game, I don't know just yet. So, so on to the next one. Feel free to comment on that one. I'll be happy to make my case. Second up, Fellow in Loneliness, we're going to move on. I'm just going to assume the ends. Yes, the ends. Naruto Tail Beast form. Speak of the devil. Naruto Tail Beast form, now that I've seen him in action, it's not that scary, but that's only because I run a Flexi Shikimaru. He's a great card. He's pretty intimidating if you don't have mental out there. And despite the fact that he's really a more of an uncomfortable card because when you see him out in action and when you see him in ninja status, it's really intimidating, especially when he's got some decent support ninjas around him. I can certainly see in the next set, I can see Ino, Hinata, and then Tail Beast form Naruto. That's 2-3 supports, and then a 6-0 healthy on turn 4, which is a 12 at least. Not many ninjas can pull that off, and let alone if you actually get Naruto ninja status, that's at the end of by the end of your turn 4, that is going to be a team of 14 at the least. So, frankly, Tail Beast form, he does what he's supposed to do. It's how we all thought him to be. I'm going to take a step back and not go as far to say that he is broken, but I will say, if you're running an NVS deck, I would frankly run at least 1 or 2 of him. Run at least 2 or 3. There's no reason an NVS deck should not have Tail Beast form Naruto. Plain and simple. There's no reason it shouldn't. Other than if you're going against the mental deck, then you're up crap creek. Next card, Neji. Being the Byakugan fanboy here, I'm not. I know he is not. He is not a messed up super. He is. I didn't get my ratings for the